Okay, namaste, great afternoon. Well, I was out and just got back from a ride with Siddhananda. And while we were in the car, we were discussing, because she's right on the edge of pretty soon, finally tipping over into realization. But was explaining to her what the actualization is when it comes to emotions and things. Because people on the site, the YouTube channel, seem to think, oh, she's an older woman. She's in Florida. What can she know? What can she, this is nonsense and all of the drama. Well, the actualization, what happens in realization is you live in a different reality. Again, I've spoken about this. The mundane mind is not there anymore. It's gone. It finishes. It ends. And all the drama you gathered and collected for lifetimes, when realization takes place, it's like you go into the space, and it's like you've taken every baggage of luggage you have is taken in there, and it's gone. It's like poof. It's like it never happened. It was all a dream. It was all it's vanishing. It's gone immediately, and it doesn't come back. If the mind doesn't reroute, and it doesn't just become just an experience, if it's ongoing sahaj samadhi, that stuff does not come back. It's like you're reborn. It's like, and then again, it's not even a birth, because there is no identification any longer with the form as to being a me, as to being somebody that gathers and collects these soap opera storylines. Okay? So that's gone. It's finished. Anything that was in your past is gone. Finished. Done. Never happened. You have this thing of, I've never been born and never died, that eternal is. That's all that's there. Okay? So there's such a vast shift in consciousness that takes place. And when the mind doesn't come back, doesn't reroute, there are no thoughts occluding that direct consciousness. It's just not there. Doesn't come up. Okay? That's the living reality of Turiya Tita. Okay? And again, when it comes to emotions, I haven't spoken a lot about emotions, but it's like surface. You try to explain it. It's trying to explain it to somebody that's caught in heavy emotion, and it makes their mind churn and they feel it everywhere. It doesn't happen any longer. It's not that you're emotionless, but everything is very surface. That's it. It's like it's projected on a screen and it doesn't go any deeper. There's no depth to it. Okay? You could at once have anger on the surface, and then underneath it's just still. Okay? So it's like a passing show that takes place. But one's not caught up in it, not bound by it, not, it's not ingrained. It's not something that's taken within. So people that come, with their egregious nonsense, and they think it's really going to be disturbing here, it's not. And again, this is why none of those things that people put out, and their curses and their dramas and all of that, doesn't work, because it's not taken in, any of it. It's like water off a duck's back. It just rolls off. It's nothing. It's illusion. It's spin. It's delusion. It's an energetic passing. That's all it is. It's nothing more. Okay? So again, you live in a very, very, very different consciousness. And people have a very wrong judgment because they see you acting in the world, and they think, oh, that can't be realization. They're, acting like a normal person. Well, what do you think you're going to act like? You think you're going to float above the air? That you're going to have lights going on? What do you think? Are you just going to sit in meditation all day? There's no need to sit in meditation when the mind is still. There's no mind going. It is meditation. 24/7, it never ends. Okay? And one sees directly. Okay, you're not caught and bound by all these externalizations that most people will take in. Okay? They don't happen any longer. Okay, there's a great clarity that comes because there is not, it's not that you lose the forest for the trees any longer. You see the overall thing and then you go in and divide it up. Okay? It's vast different consciousness. Very vast different consciousness than what was there before. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here. Hopefully that explains a bit as to what happens. Again, people think because they see me here with makeup and jewelry and this and that, oh, that can't be realization. Oh my God. What, you think you need to wear a special costume? Yeah. Do you think you need to be born in India? Do you need to have a brown face? Okay? It's nonsense. It's consciousness. Has nothing to do with the physical form. So people that have these ideations, they are so mistaken. Again, if you read some of these texts, they will tell you cannot judge a realized being by the external things that you're seeing. Some of them will sit like on a log. Some will sit like meditation. Some will be very active in social things. Some will not. Okay? What takes place after varies on the person. Okay? Here, it just happened that my guru sent me out to be a guru, to work with people, to aid people. And the way I aid them is from Kundalini, because that was the journey here. Went through Kundalini. Okay? And now apparently I'm moving in also to being medicine woman, working with also indigenous, okay, because it's the same knowledge. It's the same knowledge, that same wisdom that takes place. Okay? My wisdom animal, if you were looking at it from, indigenous, would be the red-tailed hawk, the eagle. High-flying knowledge, seeing beyond, seeing far, and bringing that truth, that wisdom to humanity, okay? So whether I do it through indigenous means or I do it through guru, here, there is no one religious thing. You see this thread that runs through all religious persuasions, so you can go easily into any of them and speak from that dynamic. Once that truth is uncovered and one is in that reality, then one can go into any of those aspects and understand it, where it's coming from, what it's pointing to. Okay? Okay? So that's why I have that writing. If people ask me what religion I am, I say I am all and none. I am that thread of truth that runs like a thread through all of them, yet is not contained by any of them. Okay? Understand? You don't get caught up in the dogmas of it. The man-made rules and the man-made dramas that surround them. You go to the primary truth of it, and that is what you want to bring out. Minus the occlusionary drama that gets put around it. Okay? So I'm going to close this out because I have somebody asking me about my lunch. So I've got to attend to that right now. So namaste. Hopefully this helps people to understand what it is to go through that shift of consciousness. You go into a whole vastly, while it's the same, it's vastly different. Okay? You go full circle. Okay? So I will leave this here. Namaste.